Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to continue working on the Disney Dollhouse, and we're on stage 4 today. These are the parts for stage 4. These are the unused parts from stage 3 plus the doors from before that. I'm just looking. So going to get these open the book. Have not looked through the book yet. Well, I did, but it's been about a week since I've done anything on the Dollhouse. Looks pretty straightforward. We're going to build a table today, and then we're going to finish up the front doors. So let me go ahead and get this open. This actually is the last pack that is wrapped up like this. Most of the rest of them will either be smaller bubble packs or cardboard boxes. So sorry I was out of camera there. I was just getting this cardboard off the back here. Don't shake the parts up. Don't lose things. Especially not what is in this, what I just saw in this package, which is there are the pins that are going to hold the doors in place. So let me carefully get this out, and we will start building. Okay, I'm now concerned because I don't know if there is something here or not. So let me pause. Well, actually, let's see. We've got the tabletop. These, I'm just looking at those. Looking through and making sure that, as far as I can tell, everything is here. I don't think anything popped out. But we'll find out, won't we? So let me go ahead and set these off over here. I'm just looking to make sure, because I have seen parts stuck on the inside of here before. Don't see anything on the floor. So we'll see. And it says to you to have 6 clips. They actually use a type of binder clip here, available 4 small or 2 large, 4 small. I will use I have some that I will use that I use in regular modeling. So we've got the tabletop. We've got the side pieces, and I'm just looking over here to see what I need right now. Got these side pieces, 2 more side pieces that are smaller, and these are actually plastic. I believe the tabletop, yeah, the table is plastic as well. Let me see. No Mickeys there. It could almost look like Mickeys, but they aren't. That's going to be a thing. Is I'm going to look for hidden Mickeys all the time now. We need the legs. And the reason the hidden Mickeys are on my mind, I just finished doing voiceover on the first stage because I failed to record any audio for that one. I'm going to set this package on the one from stage 3, and we're going to build the table. These are also, I need also, and let's see. It does say glue all the way across. I'm just looking. Does not say whether it is white glue or super glue, so I'm probably going to use super glue. Let's go ahead and try dry fit, test fit here, just to see. Oh yeah, they show putting glue along the top edge. I'm going to put super glue down in these trenches here, and then I'll put the pieces in. So with that, let me get that glue tray. There's my pin vise. And let's put a little bit of glue in here. since there's a lot of pieces going in together on this table, we're going to put quite a bit of glue onto the plastic here. And all I'm doing is just putting a little drop of glue and running it down as best I can. Because the key thing is, once this is in there, it's not coming back out. So we'll take the first one, we'll set it in place, push it firmly down. Let me just see, I'm going to test fit one of the legs there. Just looking, legs will do fine. This actually, you'll see, it sticks up a little bit on either end. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go around the edges. Go around the table clockwise, basically. Get this next one in here. That one almost looks like it went down a little bit further. Try this other end, just test fit it without. Interesting. Let me see if I can pull this stuff back out, because it is actually all the way down without the glue. And it is not going to come back out. You can see here, this is off a little bit. Let me pause. I'm going to work with that a little bit to see if I can actually get that back out and redo it. That was not near as hard as I expected it to do and it just popped out really pretty easily. So I'm just going to see, will this go down into there, or did I gum it up with that? It looks like I may have gummed it up a little bit too much with that glue. Note to self, do not use super glue when they don't tell you to. So let's try this again. It is actually fitting down inside there all the way on this side. Not quite. I may have to let this cure a little bit more, and then yeah, I'm gonna not ask for trouble. I'm gonna close up the super glue. I'm gonna put the super glue away. We're gonna use white glue unless it says super glue. I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna get that glue cleaned back out of there, and we will be back. Okay, I'm back, and you can see I did get these pushed all the way down. Come on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in first, and then I'm actually going to glue at the corners only, because it is a pretty snug fit. And that one's sticking a little bit. My little ball peen hammer is coming in handy a lot in this build. It does show, though, it's kind of funny, it does show glue in the instructions, but I don't think you really need it. And I'm being careful when I hammer not to mar the plastic. Just looking, making sure all the legs will fit in place where they're supposed to be. A little bit of gentle rocking back and forth. And then the important test will come make sure that it is actually firm. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the glue back over. It's still wet enough. And I'm just going to put a drop on each joint of the legs, rather than trying to glue these things together, because the fit is really good. Better to not use glue and have it just not go together. Lesson learned. The fit on this is very good, so probably won't need a whole lot of glue. And there is the table. So after the table is done, let's go ahead and set that over here. Get the doors out of the way, because what we're doing is we're going to finish this off. And with all these parts, there's a lot of room that is taken up on the bench. I'm just looking. I can take these parts out of here. And this is another one that is going to be cut apart. Cut. There's a line there where I have to cut it. Let me get the. Let's see, where are they? There they are. Here are the other two door handles from earlier. Actually, there are also the honey pots in here from a couple of stages ago. We're going to go ahead and get these parts all put away after we do a little bit of show and tell. This is obviously the tea kettle from Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Tea Party, because you can see the 3 spots there. This is going to go on here like that. You can leave it off. When I get done with the build, all the tops will be glued on. Right now I'm not worried about it. I'm just making sure I get them put away. So we've got the teapot in there. We've got a saucer, a plate, or a saucer and a cup. Really awesome detailing on that. And based on what I saw Kevin on the Nexus do, I will be getting some glue dots for these. By the time, when it comes time to put it all together, the glue dots are going to be fantastic to hold everything in place. These, let's see, have hidden Mickeys on them. I actually feel like I thought these were plastic. I believe they're actually metal. Let's see, are they a ferrous metal? They're not. Magnet doesn't grab them, but they sure feel like they're metal. Get these other 2 out, and then I'll get this plastic container out of the way. Did not realize that those were metal. That is really kind of cool. That's the kind of quality that this dollhouse is made with. So we're going to get the windows. 2 windows, similar to the last stage with windows. Each of these should be one side piece. So I'm setting them off together. I'm setting them up to the side where they should go. And you can, I don't know if you saw it, actually probably didn't. It's green all the way around except for these panels. They're going to be white to match the door, I believe, or possibly to match this, because that's where the windows are going to be, is up in here. So we'll have to see what it actually is going to turn out to be. How it's going to look. all these parts out here. I'm very happy that these build stages are actually, they're long. It's a little bit difficult to find time to film them. And I'm pretty sure that they won't all be really long like this. But it's not a bad thing. Okay, so let me get the doors out of the way because I'm looking over here going, what is that with the doors? And I realized then it was the picture. So this is what the doors are going to look like when they're done. This is the outside, this is the inside. So these panels are going to match the door frame here. When they go in here, they're going to go in here like this. Hang on, maybe. Interesting. Am I looking at it the wrong way? Maybe, yeah, I'm looking at it the wrong way. They're going to go on here like this. Either that or I put this together backwards. That would be bad. Doesn't look like it. I think it goes on here like this, and then the rest of that frame is going to go on. Yeah, because the door is actually here. Set this up here. Okay, you got large. Not going to try and read this. What it's telling me though is just looking. Okay. What it's talking about is you've got a small and a larger spot here. The small sides have all got to be on on one side. The large ones have to be all on the other side. They should go in exactly the way they came out of the box. And there we go. So you can see here, it's going to fit on here just like that. And then on the other side, it's going to go on here. That does not look right. Is it going to go? No. We've got a gap there. Hang on a second. That does not look right. That gap doesn't look right. At least not to me. Is it going to fit on here like that? That gap is actually going to be hidden, but is it going to leave it straight? Does it go on here like this? That leaves a worse gap. So I'm going to piece this together just to make sure that everything looks right. I think I just found my problem. I think I had them on the wrong side. Maybe. Let me pause the camera and figure this out. Okay, there was a very key thing that I did not look at, didn't find until after I paused the camera. And there's a very small number on each piece. A 4, a 3, and a 2 and a 1. The 1 and 2 are down here already. 4 goes on here. 4 goes here. 4 when you push this piece in here, and then this piece onto 3, everything kind of just falls together. And the top and the bottom will then slide on like that. And this, since this piece will be facing against the door frame, this will sit in here just like that. And so that is how it's going to go together. And then it'll get turned over from here to go onto here, go onto the door frame itself. So let's get out the glue and glue some shit together. Or, sorry, glue some stuff together. Excuse me. Hang on, make sure that this is clogged. And by the way, that is why my channel is 1, not monetized, and 2, not made for kids. At 59 years old, sometimes I just drop words that I shouldn't. Okay. And what happens is when the glue sits here for a few days, it will dry up in the tube or in the pin, however you want to call it. So glue, glue, glue. I'm just looking. We're gluing these together, and we are gluing that piece together. So instead of gluing in here, instead of dropping glue in here, come on, focus. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on this piece. Just like this. A little bit more than I meant to, but that's okay. And we're sliding this in here like that, wiping off the excess. They actually are building it from the opposite side. Let's try this without getting near so much glue on it. I need to put this stuff into one of the bottles with a smaller pin, or just put a smaller needle on. And it's not going to firm up completely until we put the other side on. Take this, slide it in here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on each side of these pieces. Messy business, this, and there it goes. But when we put this piece on, it's going to firm up pretty good. Come on. When I dry fit it, what I did was I put the center piece in, and then I slid the other sides, or the other pieces on, which is probably looking to be the best way to do this. I got glue all over my hands, glue all over the part. Let's see if I can get that extra glue out of there. Fortunately, this is white glue, so it's going to dry just clear. And it does say to glue this in here. gluing this in white side up, or actually cream colored. Turn this over. Not too bad. We're going to go ahead and set this aside. Not on there. Don't set it on the frame. It's going to stick to it, and then we're going to have a problem. I'm going to go ahead and get these parts separated before I glue that. Scalpel. Where is my scalpel? Speaking of which, in a couple of episodes ago, I had some other pieces that I had to cut apart. I actually did use the scalpel instead of the X-Acto, the chisel blade, or the number 7. The scalpel worked fantastically. We're just trying to separate these parts. Might need to get a new blade for the scalpel, because I want to separate. There we go. I want to separate them, but I don't want to cut into the wood at all. I just want to cut that one spot apart. Come on. And she is not wanting to come apart. There we go. Then what we're going to do, because this has got to be flat, and you can see there's no paint in there. We're just going to run it on here to make sure. Can use a little bit right here. Do the same thing on this side. Set that off to the side, set these off to the side. We're going to come back over here and glue this one. You can see this was the first one that I put together. I just kind of set it together. And instead of following the instructions, I'm going to do the way that I know works, which is I'm going to take this part here and slide it in there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. Slide it in here. Where did I put my Q-tip? I misplaced my Q-tip. Ah, there it is. And then we're just going to put a little bit of glue in the gaps here. Here. This part will slide down inside there. Up while I'm pushing it down, and I'm pushing together the down between the two pieces, just so that it will stay in place. Do a little bit of glue here and here. Slide this down in here. I have way too much. It's okay. Some of this we can use to spread around for the, I guess it would be the trim piece. We're going to drop that in place right now. Off the excess, make sure everything stays put together. Set this one off to the side. We've already split these pieces. This one here, you can see, is actually not dry, but is firm enough that now I can work with it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these pieces, and it's going to glue on right here like this. It's going to get put on here just like that. So let me put a little bit of glue on this edge. add this piece onto here, like that, and hold it firmly in place, top, bottom, middle. Set this one out of the way. Grab a purple glove. I have one sitting here that looks like it was pre-used. I just need to blow the fingers out because I don't use these for very often. I'm trying to save a little bit of money. Get your fingers in the right holes there. Grab one of these panes of glass. Peel the plastic off of it. One side was really easy. This side is playing a little bit hard to get. One thing about putting this together as early as we do, you have no way to fix it if 100 stages from now it is not fitting right. I said in my first video, the voiceover video, that if it doesn't fit right, I have 100 and some odd stages to put it together to get it straight. So there's the glass in there. That is so clear. So it's going to go on here. Actually, this one's going over here. And it shows, oh, that is so cool. I just saw that. This notch here and this notch here match up with that and that. Let me see what this says here. And there, once everything is put together, it says to clamp it for a day or for 24 hours. So now I'm going to try and be a little bit sparing with the glue because we're now putting this on here. I'm going to go across here. I'm trying not to get too much on here because by the windows I don't want to have a big spot of glue on there. So let me grab this, and it shows you flipping this over. I don't want to flip this. I don't want to flip this over and have the glass fall out. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this towards the, I'm going to flip it over this way, line up these notches, and push it together like that. And you can see this piece here is now down inside. It doesn't say to clamp it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and grab my plastic clamps. I'm going to gently clamp it here. Come on. We're going to clamp it. I can get it to grab it there and there. I'm going to do the four corners while I work on the other side. They're going to have to come back off when I put the doors in, but that lets these line things up pretty well right now. Just looking loosen these two here so I can straighten this. I want my door frame to be perfect. I was actually hanging over a little bit there. And so that is how it's going to be. I'm going to clamp it. Let me set this off to the side while I finish the work up on this side, on this piece. Looking, where did I put it? There it is. Couldn't find this. Let me see. Yeah, it has to glue that first. So we're going to glue this on here first. Very nice, very carefully. Actually, since I don't have it all the way down, slide it up and down here on the side. Push it in place. Hold it together. Make sure we've got it where it needs to go. And that's the thing, is that they're having you clamp this up so that it will dry overnight in the right positions. So I've got this basically where it needs to go. Take this, take the plastic off of this window. It's just about, there we go. Take the plastic off of this side, and you can see that when I'm doing the plastic, I do have my fingers all over the side that has the plastic cover on it. Once I get the plastic cover off, I'm avoiding as much as possible touching the window with my fingers. So we're going to set this one on here exactly the same as we did the other one. A little bit of glue around the edges. Here, cross down the sides, across the middle there, turn it over, and bring, darn it, I disturbed that part, the trim I disturbed, and so I had to redo it real quick. Line up my notches down at the bottom. Push this into place. Gently pushing the trim off. Get the trim back in there. The trim is not wanting to play nice right now. Grabbing 4 more clamps. It's lined up over here. That's the thing, is this is like doing a real door. The more time you work with it, if you take your time and get it right, it's going to look a lot better than if you rush it. Make sure that is in its place. Make sure the trim piece is in its place. Right now it's little bit off. We're going to clamp this. Do the same down here. When I clamped it at the top, it actually pushed it off down here at the bottom. And clamp this last corner here. Set this down right here and admire the beautiful door. So that substage basically is done, and I have not translated any of this. Part 3, we're going to fix the door handles on to the door. Then we're going to put the doors in. Then we're going to come back and we're going to put these trim pieces in place. I'm just looking how it goes. This larger piece is going to go all the way off the edges on this side, on the outside. Okay, it's going to go on here like this. It's going to cover the front. And this piece is going to go on behind it. And this is going to go in the middle underneath. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Because I didn't see how they were going to make these pins stay in place, but you put a little drop of super glue inside the hole. Not an overly large amount because you want to be able to, you don't want the pin to seize up in the hole in the door. You don't want the glue to run down inside the door. So let's go ahead and get this stuff out of the way. Keep the Q-tip. There. First thing we're going to do, let me see, it says, I believe that is super glue they're using. And if it isn't, then I can be wrong because that's what I'm going to use. So each one of these is going to go on like that. A little bit of, they just slide right into the holes there. So where is my, almost wet, it's dried up most of the way. Do a little bit more glue here. There's the pin vise. We're going to take a drop of glue. We're going to put a drop of glue, share it between the two pins, and then we're going to push the pin into the hole like that. Do the same thing on the next one. Then we'll turn over the door and do the other side. I'm doing a little bit more than just the pin. On the bottom, I'm doing the pin. On the top, you can see there's a flange up there, so I'm getting it on the flange. Not enough, hopefully, that it's going to squish out, just enough to keep it in place. That did squish, not really. And we're going to turn these over. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. This one. Looked over and I was like, am I putting these on upside down? No, they're good. So they, so you see, they line up on either side. And like I said, that is metal. And the next one. Glue. Might have to get a little bit more glue because of the pins. And that is our doors. And we are facing the front side, the outside, so I'm going to take these off. It's not firm. It's not completely set up, but it should be firm enough that I can do the rest of what I need to do here to finish this off. So the first thing it has, or the next thing it has me do, is line up the holes in the door with these holes. So I'll slide a door in here like that, and then take the tweezers very carefully, because you don't want to, they do give you a spare, but you don't want to have to be chasing these things. Just like that. That one fell. Okay, that one was in there for half a second. Let me see if I can do it the other way, which is you start with it in the door, and then you pop it in here. That gets one side done with no muss, no fuss. Stay. Take a little bit of glue and you tap it over top of that hole, that'll keep the pin in place. And you take it the other side. Once you have the first pin in there on any given door, the other pin should be a little bit easier to get in place. Come on. Just drop that one. That's the key thing. You have to line it up with the door. There. I don't know if you saw it drop in, but it has dropped in there. So I'm going to, stab myself with the tweezers first. Push that down inside there. Not check to see if my hand is on the glue, or if my hand is on the glue on the top side while I'm putting a little piece of glue, or a little drop of glue here. A piece of glue, yes. Drop of glue over top of this pin. And now you can see that door is free to swing. I'm double checking. That is perfectly operating door. So let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, the other door. And the only reason I'm semi-good at putting in doors like this is because I've already had some practice doing it on the Moomin house. That's not good. I think I actually finally lost one. I heard it ping. I'm not going to sweat it yet. It's when if I lose a second one that I'm going to panic, because I only have two, or I only have one spare. I have lost these on the Moomin house, and I know how to make them from brass nails, but I would prefer not to have to. So we're going to set that one in place. We're going to put it back in place because the door was not seated, so it fell out. The second one is a little bit interesting because you're working with the first door already in place. Okay, get that in there. Stay. Take a little bit of this glue. Put it on the hole. That I can't stress how important that is, because otherwise you will lose that pin. Your door will fall out. set this over, take the last pin, get it in place. Come on. Work with it a little bit. It pushes down in. Little bit of glue over top of that pinhole. There's not enough glue left. A little bit of glue over top of that pinhole, and I'm looking. There it is. Just to, if you're using a pin vise, here's how you clean it. You just take something and you burn the super glue off, because it'll dry on there and it'll keep getting larger and larger ball. And now it's a clean pin vise. Set that off to the side. And let's see, 51. This is going to be an hour-long stage. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm enjoying this. I hope you guys are as well. So now, let's make sure the doors do catch a little bit, but they actually, when they're closed, they're holding each other in place. So now this piece here is going to go on. Let go. It's going to go on right here like this. It's actually got flanges, I guess you'd call them, on the end, so that it will fit in place. So we put a little bit of glue, run a little drop of glue, not really a drop, but a bead of glue along here. I got a little bit much on this end, so I'm going to use the pin to spread it. And we're going to push this in place like that. I just noticed that is so cool. It was actually notched out there as well. And this piece is going to go on top here. I'm just curious. Yeah, it does not cover those holes. It gets very close, but it does not quite cover the holes. It actually says to put this bottom piece on first. I'm just looking which way this goes on. Goes on like that, pushing down, fits in there perfectly, and that's why part of the reason that you need to do the clamping. Whoops! Now I see why they have you put the bottom one on first. Put the bottom on here, making sure as best you can not to get it onto the doors themselves. The doors need to be able to swing, and once this piece is on, the doors only swing in. Matter of fact, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to leave the doors like that. And then we're going to take this last piece of trim here, run a bead of glue along here. Push this down onto it. If it'll play nice and go where it's supposed to. Just a second. Close these. It is not wanting to sit in place. So I'm going to do, if it will let me, nope, that's not going to work. I have to work with it a little bit. You can see dried glue on my fingers. Almost wonder if it would have been better to glue this on here first, on this piece. Let me go ahead and get this turned. And you can see that is the front door. Very beautiful as far as I'm concerned. I think it looks awesome. I'm going to go ahead and close out the video now because we are at 56 minutes. After I get off the video, I'm going to go ahead and clamp everything together the way I'm supposed to. Probably will find a piece of, I'll use a piece of printer paper so that I am clamping it where it needs to be. Kind of curious why they're using the binder clamps here, because it's not going to fit very well. Understood down here, but this piece here is going to get a little bit knocked around the top molding. But that's it for this stage. That was a long one, almost an hour. But it is the culmination of stages 1 through 4. That leaves you have built, or I've built, the front door to the house. I'm really happy with this. Front door to the house plus the table. Really happy with this. Very happy that I was able to get it from Brad. So with that, I am going to say like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you're enjoying this content or other content I provide, so that you'll be notified whenever I post new content. Make comments. I really appreciate comments. I love to respond. And I do respond to every comment. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Come on over to Hobby Time Modelers on Facebook, YouTube, and Discord and see what we're doing. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you in the next video.